J.R. Gagnano is leading the way with 8 points. Tibayan leading the scoring for the Tamaraws. That's 12 points in just very limited playing time on the floor. That's after he was only on the court for just 2 minutes and 37 seconds during that game against Zamboanga. He played a total of 11 minutes, 10 minutes and 57 seconds to be exact, for those 12 points here in this game.
And you know what's surprising, Javi, considering the pace at which this game... Oh, wow!
Oh my goodness. And he just continues to impress. Jonas Tibayan, 14 points, 6 out of 7 from the field.
And it's important for him to start the second half the same way that he did in the first half. What a move by June Manso.
Able to get away from the defense, but unable to score. Lian Martel is able to do so.
We'll break down on the rebounding action there for the Mindoro Tamaraws, able to give that offensive rebound over to the Greats.
Gamalinda, Maikong, Tibayan, Sedoripa, and Inigo, the 5 to begin the second half for Coach Benji Teodoro. Bam Gamalinda had to adjust. Gets the foul plus the basket. What a big shot for Bam Gamalinda.
Great offensive players need two things for them to do their damage. The ball and that space. Bam Gamalinda got that ball on the low block, saw that space on his right side, understood mismatches, exploited it, able to use his body to try and finish strong and get this end one.
Siya ang nanguna para sa Mindoro in that game against Zamboanga. Had 16 points so far with only 6 tonight. But this team continues to stay ahead. CEBU has not yet tasted the lead in this game.
And really it's just about staying the course if you're Bam Gamalinda. You started real good in that game against Zamboanga. Now you got to keep that going here in that all-important match against the CEBU Greats.
CEBU's taking a while to set up here.
Blitzed.
Amon goes to the other side. Tampos for 3 with 1 on the shot clock. Ugsang is there. Tips it right back in, plus the foul.
Jonas Tibayan at that point completely forgot that Revo Sang is one of the CEBU Greats' primary rebounders. He didn't need to put that ball down. He really just tipped it in inside and allowed that spin to go inside the rim. Good putback there by Reeve.
Makes it a 3-point game here, 46 to 43. Ugsang completes the 3-point play para sa Greats.
Let's not forget, ito si Revo Sang, nakaroon rin ng game niya na napakaganda which resulted in a win para dito sa CEBU Greats. And they're gonna need him to do that right now in this survival match against the Mindoro Tamaraws.
Tibayan, looking for somebody to pass to. Pinapahirapan siya ni Revo Ugsang. Gamalinda now turning the corner. Gamalinda, one fake jumper, rattles that one home.
The Mindoro Tamaraw Black Mamba is gonna work right now. 4 quick points, pero ganda rin ang balik nitong CEBU Greats. I mean, the thing about a game of basketball, if you're making shots, you gotta prevent the other team also from making shots because otherwise, you're not getting any advantage.
Oh, Martel loses it, and our referee says it's Mindoro basketball. The Greats players are asking Coach Ronje to challenge
it, right? And I don't think they will. They're just down by a couple of possessions. This is a close game, and they might need those challenges later in the more important part of the game.
You could feel the atmosphere continues to be intense here in the second half, and we're going to be expecting that to intensify even more as we wind down this game. This is the battle for the 8th seed.
But you know what, Javi, I was alluding to earlier. Ang bilis ng laro, sinasabi natin. Pero 7 turnovers pa lang nakocommit nitong dalawang teams na to. How impressive is that?
This coach is next level basketball already. This is just a play-in tournament. What more are we going to see when the first round of the playoffs start?
Indeed. If this is going to be a Ooh, what a shot by John Hamon. Off-balance din doon.
You're talking about big shot makers. John Hamon has been just that his entire career. Bagsak dito si Axel Inigo. The Rifa will get it across the timeline for the Tamaraws. We're tied now, Coach, at 48 apiece. Sedoripa hooks it to Bam Gamalinda. Back to Joseph. Sedoripa for 3. Lines it up. No good. There's a double foul between, I think it's Ugsang and Tibayan.
I think they finally found a match for the kind of activity that Jonas Tabayan has provided for the Tamaraws. You see this again right here. That kick-out pass over to Sedoripa. Actually, before that, nagkaka-battle na itong dalawang ito eh. And both these players, in my opinion, are very proud of their rebounding ability. And so that's no surprise that each guy really going out there and trying to change the space to be able to get that advantage to secure the rebound.
Campos able to get inside. Shot won't drop. Ugsang gets them another possession. Campos draws contact and that trickles in. What a magical shot by Boom Campos.
Oh my goodness. Boom Campos went to his left hand, couldn't get to it, went to his right, tried to finish, but at the last second had to contort his body for that left hand scoop.
At bakit nga ba natin hindi i-feature sa ating Dixer Great Move of the Game, Born for Greatness, that had greatness written all over it, Coach.
Let me tell you, that was relentless from Boom Campos, who earlier, previous to that, actually missed a point-blank shot, but still, got to get in there, get that paint touch, and finish strong inside the paint.
First lead of the game for the Greats, courtesy of Boom Campos. He, though, is unable to complete the three-point play. Under 7 minutes ang natitira dito sa ating third quarter. Bangkale is back into the game. Maikong defended there well by Jun Manzo. Ball tapped out of bounds. CEBU basketball.
Well, Jonas Tibayan once again almost had that offensive rebound, if not losing that ball on the last second. And that's a very important part of the contribution of Jonas Tibayan, because if they had secured cleanly itong CEBU Greats yung defensive rebound na yun, that would have been a run the other way.
Comboy and Ramirez also back inside for Coach Benji Teodoro. Campos has been the man of the moment here in the third for the Greats. He loses it though, dives for it. Other hands also trying to get to that basketball. It looks like it's a jump ball situation, but possession arrow pointing to the side of the guys in blue.
And you like how Mindoro actually defended that. They continue to go on what's called the force sweep, where you force the player to go to his weaker hand. In that instance, Boom Campos was really forced going left.
Ramirez tasked to set up the table here for the Tamaraws. Bangkale, top of the circle. Now it's with Bam Gamalinda. Comboy being hounded here by Brian Mecca. He gives it up to Jeco. Bangkale loses it to the corner. Ramirez fading away. Jumper off the back iron. Tap goes to Desiderio. Campos is on the other side. Ball over. Shoots the pass. Coach Ronja Enrile is saying, okay lang. He's got his thumbs up. We're in the lead by 2 points. Let's just go to the other side and play some defense.
Importante para kay Ron J doon is na itakbo nila na pitch ahead yung ball, but really miscalculated on that pass. And it's always been the pace of the game that has dictated this match so far between these two teams. And we're not even talking about full court fast break. We're talking about how quick the action has been here in the half court.
7 turnovers as opposed to 4.
That's the shot there.
For CEBU and Mindoro respectively. Way downtown, no problem. Para kay Ino Comboy.
You know what? If I were the Coach Benji at that moment and Ino Comboy did not take that shot, I would have been on him.
That's his first three-point shot of the game. He's got 4 markers. Adlawan sees Mecca inside, but Magat was there to bother that shot.
You gotta test that hand one more time though.
Comboy pushes the ball forward. Bienes the extra pass. Magat hands it off to Ramirez.
There you
Back
go.
to Ino. Comboy launches. Doesn't get the lucky bounce. Meneses may tangan ng bola. Able to swoop in. Adlawan is there for the cleanup job. Dolan will take 2.
You gotta admire the energy of these two bigs right here of the CEBU Greats. Mark Meneses, Dolan Adlawan, really chasing for that space. But immediately, once your defender goes under and your Ino combo, you have to take that 3.
Look how far he was. That 3-point shot of the game brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Adlawan 6 the first free throw, 3-point field goal story on your screens. Cebu not doing well from the departed. Mindoro doing better than what they showcased in that game against Zamboanga.
Oh, indeed. And talaga nga naman, I mean, you talk about 3-point making, isa na yan sa mga nagiging primary weapon nitong Mindoro Tamaraos. One of the guys really that I thought really gave up good-looking free threes is this man right here, Jacob Bancale.
Earlier sa Cebu ang abante, an offensive foul called against Mindoro. Tama ba yung pagkabasa ko? No, it's a defensive foul.
It's on ice, right?
Tiveros called for that one as he tried to hold on to Magat's waist.
And nasa harap ng referee, mas kita yung kay Tiveros, late na yung react ni Magat. And so that foul definitely gotta be called on ice.
That's the last foul to give for the Greats. Parehong team nasa penalty na. 4 na minuto pa. At 20 segundo na lalabi dito sa ating pangatlong yugto. Comboy missing his last 2 shots from the outside.
But you're okay with him taking those shots because that's really who he is. And he's got to play to that ability.
Desiderio, short on the 3, gets it back. Otiveros to the flashing Meneses, push shot off to the right. Comboy able to get to it. Bancale has Desiderio in front of him, 1 man to beat. Bancale with that hook shot. Medyo napalakas ng konti.
I thought he was too quick for that action. A little decelerate as he went inside the paint.
Desiderio draws the foul on RJ Ramirez.
But in
to the post there.
But in talaga yung experience ni Paul, no? He understood, nakakapit na sa akin to, libre yung gitna, kukunin ko na yan. Kanan pa yung shot attempt ko.
It's funny because these two are actually halos magka-contemporary sa UAP, si RJ Ramirez at si Paul Desiderio. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Desiderio missing a free throw there.
And Paul Desiderio is a oh my God, can you believe this? He's a 49% free throw shooter.
He's really struggled with that a lot this season. But if you look over past years, especially during his time with UP, an above average free throw shooter, ito si Paul Desiderio.
There you go. They've been wanting to go to that play since early in the first half, but they couldn't because Marion Magat's deep defender keeps on delaying him. Nice shot.
Oh, Desiderio finally finds the bottom of the net on that jumper.
And I like that he shook his head, understanding I gotta get in the groove now.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Comboy over 2 defenders, able to get it up and in.
When you get a couple of good scorers scoring in succession, this is a good game.
55 all. Adlawan having trouble with the basketball. Bancale might have warded off on Brian Mecca.
Yeah, clearly.
And that's gonna be 2 shots right now for Cebu if that will be a foul laban sa kanya. This is our fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere. He absolutely took it to the heart of the defense there, Coach.
Well, the coaches say if you've got 2 on the ball, you got to pass it up. But no, not in the case of Ino Combo. He was straight up downhill and really went to those fake moves to be able to deceive the defenders and finish off tight with that layup.
Mecca at the line to try and break this deadlock. Mecca missing on that first free throw. This is the 3rd tie so far in this game. We've also had 4 lead changes. In the first half, Mindoro was in the lead the whole 20 minutes. Cebu was only able to take the lead here in the 3rd quarter. Look at the free throw story. 15 out of 19 for the Greats. Mindoro 7 out of 10. The split at the line para kay Brian Mecca. Under 3 minutes left to play here in the quarter between Cebu and Mindoro. This is the third period. Ramirez out to Bienes. He loves that spot on the floor for good reason.
And so many times that you've covered him, Javi, you understand saan yung mga paboritong spots nitong player. And Bien is definitely one of his sweet spots on the floor, the top of the key three. That's a travel.
Not only have I covered him a number of times already, Coach, I watched that man grow.
Boy, what a progress in the development he's been. Para dito sa kanya, personally, he's done so good. Another slip right here, one more on its way.
Bienes could not hit that time. Sila ni Ino Comboy, Coach, sabayan pumasok sa FEU. During our last year, it was our residency year. And Coach Mike Oliver, he had a vision for these two guys na sila ang maging future leaders ng FEU Baby Tamaraws. And eventually, that's what happened. Able to win a championship there as well. And also move up to the seniors division. And now, I'm so happy seeing them play professional basketball dito sa ating liga. Turnover here for Cebu as Ontiveros commits the offensive foul on Ino Comboy.
And surely having played alongside both those guys, seeing them grow, see that foul right there on ice. Again, I've always said this, inside hand on the outside shoulder. And yun ang ginawa rin ito ni RJ Ramirez. And so he got that deflection, and on that spin, got that foul on ice.
Lamang na ulit dito ang Mindoro. Bienes tried to spray it to Marian Magat. Comboy was too late in trying to salvage that possession from the corner.
A lot of coaches would tell you if that ball is being driven right down the middle, that somebody's got to stay on the wing or maybe a pin down so that that corner guy would have to lift. In that instance, ang akala siguro ni Bienes is di drift papunta sa corner si Ino Comboy. And miscommunication on that end. Really just got to go back, forget about it, and move on to the next possession.
58 to 56 still. Kinyan is back in the game. One-on-one here against Magat. Bangkale ready to double. Kinyahan goes into the defense.
Yeah,
it's a traveling violation.
That is a good call. That's right. I did see that. He kind of dragged that right foot as he went to the middle. You see this right here. He was defended. He went down the middle as he was dribbling. He planted that other foot and moved the other. That's right.
Shot called by our baseline referee there.
There are 2 feet that move in that situation.
Turnovers, Coach, beginning to be a problem here for the Greats. They had 21 against Davao and still won that game, but you could tell after what happened, Coach Ronje would love to see that number be minimized in this game.
Oh, yeah. Because this is a team that has to play with a lot of efficiency, with taking care of the ball, because if you don't, then the opposing team is going to take advantage of you. Oh, wow.
Well, Desiderio definitely took advantage of an open look there. Lead back with Cebu, 59 to 58.
Definitely inside his heart, he's saying, atin to, guys, atin to. As you know, that famous line by Paul Desiderio, now he's going to need that kind of performance again, this time for the Greats.
Martel and is that
Bienes? Is that Bienes?
No, I think that's Magat. Yeah, I think that's Magat.
Yeah, Bienes is on the bench. That's right. I think that's Magat. And both those guys are really...
No, it's Tibayan.
Oh, my. And both those guys, I mean, regardless whether it was Magat or Tibayan, these guys really battle it out underneath. There was a seal that was being tried by Jonas Tibayan, but Liam Martel just went above the shoulder as he got sealed. That was a good seal though by Jonas Tibayan, pero talagang pwestuhan, ika nga.
Well, Martel might have hit Tibayan on the head a bit there, maybe inadvertently, Coach. Our referees not calling anything extracurricular.
Yeah, I think that's just really a battle to try to get to the front of Jonas Tibayan, because he practically got sealed in that middle action. And really just was waiting for that high-low pass coming from Bam Gamalinda.
2 shots para kay Jonas Tibayan. Parehong team nasa penalty na dito. 14 points in the game for Jonas Tibayan. It's been a very efficient outing for this young man out of National University.
What more can you say from Jonas Tibayan? He's got 7 rebounds to go with, 1 assist and a couple of steals.
Only missed once from the field tonight. He's also just missed once from the free throw line. And he gives Mindoro back the advantage, 60-59.
And you know what? He's playing like there's no tomorrow for the Tamaraws, si Jonas Tibayan.
Now that should be the case for these two teams. If they want to advance and face Quezon, Paul Desiderio is locked in as well.
Oh, another triple right there for Paul Desiderio.
62-60. Cebu back in the driver's seat. 4-second differential, shot clock, game clock. Gamalinda using his foot speed advantage against Kinyahan. May oras pa dito ang Greats.
Paul's gonna take this.
Tabla ulit tayo at 62. Shot clock winding down, game clock as well. And there's gonna be a foul given up here by Jeco Bancale. That means free throws right now.
You know what's trouble there? That's his 4th. That's the 4th personal foul of Jeco Bancale. And no need for him to foul in that situation. He had that baseline, could have closed that out, but instead he allowed Boom Tampos to get the first step and claim that baseline.
Tampos has stepped up in this game. 12 markers para sa kanya. Look at that. 5 rebounds, 4 on the offensive glass.
But how about the 50% shooting, Javi? I mean, you know that he's that good, pero in crunch games like this, you love that he's performing. Free throw difference right there. That's a +7 in favor of CEBU, like what we reported in the first half. Is the free throws that had really allowed CEBU to keep this game close.
Referee Michael Kinay saying it's going to be Mindoro basketball with 2 seconds left on the third quarter clock. The pitch ahead to Sedoripa. He has time here for a shot. That's a little off to the right, and that is going to do it for the first 3 quarters. They are now in the books here between Mindoro and Cebu. Let's take a look at our highlights of the game, brought to you by Ciplus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. Both teams, coach, elevating their games here.
Yeah. And we talked about it. It's the other guys that's really contributing. And for the third quarter, it's been Bam Gamalinda, Boom Tampos, Ino Comboy waking up finally with his first 3. And hopefully this bodes well for him. And even Paul Desiderio, 2 out of 6 after going empty from that area in the first half. He's now got a couple of boomers for the Cebu Greats.
We are back to square one, heading into the final frame. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 10 more minutes to go. Recently, especially the Batan Risers, I'm sure both teams will also go down the wire, as is the case here between Mindoro and Cebu. Who will make it to the first round of the South Division playoffs? Can Cebu book their second trip to the playoffs, or will Mindoro make franchise history to book their first trip to the MPBL playoffs?
And keeping your hopes alive. That's really the motivation for these 4 teams that's remaining in the play-ins.
Part of scoring on your screens. It's been a tight one in this game, and that second quarter was crucial to Cebu getting back into this game after Mindoro took control of practically the entire first half.
Oh, ang ganda ng kombinasyon rin kasi nung third quarter nito ni Paul Desiderio. Meantime, another good-looking 3 right there. Jonas Tibayan was pretty much late on that contest and hit the shooting hand of Paul Desiderio. And you definitely are going to have to challenge his shot because he's already made a couple in the third, and you don't want that rhythm to flow over here in the fourth quarter.
I think our referees are still going to review that for a possible landing spot foul. Is that what's going to happen? There you see
When they're checking.
Coach Junti is back in Bogo City trying to attend to his family and his relatives there. Again, our hopes and prayers go out to those affected by that devastating earthquake.
One thing I can assure you, somewhere there in Cebu, Coach Junti is on his phone, on his laptop, on his whatever device, watching this game and hoping deep inside, hoping that he was also here. But you know, there are bigger things in basketball to take care of. But definitely, his heart goes out for his players that are batting it out here in Paula Mindoro.
Mula sa puso, ika nga, yan ang sinasabi ni Coach Ronje Enrile about yung laro ng Cebu from here on out. At sinimulan nila yan laban sa Davao. They're trying to do that once again against Mindoro tonight. 65-64. Sedoripa is on Desiderio. Kinyan pops out. Martel cuts, hangs in the air. Oh my goodness! How did that happen? Leon Martel, the contortion, the execution, and the make of the shot. Oh my goodness!
Oh my! Well, where are all these magical shots coming from these guys? Oh, a three on its way, and that's good for Inocom boy.
MPBL basketball at its finest. This is just the play-in tournament, mga kaliga.
Welcome to play-in basketball, Javi. This is what the play-ins are all about. Trying to extend your season and move into the playoffs.
Tabla ulit tayo dito. 67 all. This has been an entirely different second half. Martel that time could not make it work. Forward they go. Ramirez is ahead of the pack. That's going to be a walk in the park for RJ.
RJ Ramirez is not going to make the same miss that he made earlier this time. He makes sure that he makes it.
Hurried shot right there by Tampos. Couldn't save it to a teammate. Comboy against Desiderio. A kick out to Sedoripa. That rims out. Manzo able to track it down. Manzo able to freeze his defender off the glass, and in that is classic Jun Manzo.
That's just poor defense by the Mindoro Tamaraos. You understand? It's either a push shot or put the ball on the left hand and another push shot the other way for Jun Manzo. And all those things you allow Jun Manzo to do, you do not take anything away from that rhythm.
Another deadlock, this time at 69 apiece.
Oh,
Comboy
no.
finds some daylight. Tap goes to Cebu great, pero may pitong itinawag dito. Si referee Michael Kina is saying that it's Mindoro basketball. There seems to be a foul against Cebu. Pero tunghayan muna natin itong fast break of the game. Brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners, ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split-type air conditioners.
I see that finish right there by RJ Ramirez. But going back into the live play action, there was an unsportsmanlike foul called on Leah Martel. I'm not sure if that was definitely an unsportsmanlike foul. That might have been called, that could have been a call on Jonas Tebayam. But we'll see how this challenge goes.
Coach Ronje Enrile has just used his challenge. We'll be right back.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There was no foul.
It's a successful challenge for Coach Ronje Enrile and the Cebu Greats. Take a look at what happened. Watch Martel and Tibayan on your screens. Let's make it now.
Yeah, nothing unsportsmanlike out there. It's really just two guys trying to get a position on that offense of that rebound.
Cebu takes possession here. Good challenge right there para kay Coach Ronje Enrile.
Got to set this up here against one-on-one on the low block. Oh, what a move.
Kinyan able to get away, and that finger roll drops para kay JR Kinyan.
It wasn't the fastest of spins down the baseline, but it was enough separation for JR Kenyahan to finish on the baseline.
71-69. Gamalinda from the right elbow, bottom.
And he really just calmly takes that back. You score on me, I'm going to score back on you.
71 all. Let's get this out of the way, Coach. Shout out to Kuya Jeff Cañada from Cebu, and
Yeah, I want to get a happy birthday to Alan Ko, of our a good friend of mine from the Abachigang, from my family, and to yours. Happy birthday, Alan. Nice fake.
Sedorifa unable to get the basket. He gets the offensive rebound. Second try up is good para kay Joseph Sedorifa. Lamang na ulit ang Mindoro. Tapos, not wasting any time. We are just going back and forth here.
And the thing with Tampos, holding that corner on that fast break, it really allows him to put the ball on. Oh, another good shot. Everybody's got their own, high-stakes shots here. Everybody's throwing haymakers.
Coach, you were mentioning earlier during the first half, it was not the usual suspects who have been producing in this game, and that theme continues as RJ Ramirez also contributing in his own little way here for the Tamaraws, who are trying to extend their lead here. Sedorifa behind the line, swishes it through.
And this crowd is up on their feet. Joseph Sedorifa, one of the clear leaders of the Mindoro Tamaraws, making that three, but Mark Meneses answers back.
That's just token defense coming from Marian Magat. 78-75. Ang dami pang oras dito. Just about to approach the halfway point of our penultimate frame. Ramirez. Back to Gamalinda. Bam Bam binit-bit. Gets the bounce.
4 points in the quarter. Bam Gamalinda kept getting left behind from that elbow.
17 points in the game. Desiderio. 18-15 now after that Desiderio bucket. He too has been in double figures here in the second half para sa Greats. 14 for Mr. Atinto. That shot well defended. And a foul given up by Maga to stop the fast break. Only the second team foul of the Tamaraws here in the fourth quarter. The pace has been frenetic. The shot making has been intense. Both teams just unwilling to surrender easily.
And really, clearly, if it's not effort that you see right now on both these teams, man, regardless whether you're cheering for Mindoro or Cebu, you gotta tip your hat off to these teams. Really good.
Absolutely zero defense showed there by the Tamaraws. Manzo just getting into the lane and finishing past Ken Bono there.
If you're making shots, you got to get stops. That's the thing. And if you're allowing the other team to keep scoring on you, you're not getting any advantage.
And Tamaraws holding on to a solitary point lead. A foul against Mark Meneses. Only Cebu's first team foul here in the fourth. So just a total of 3 fouls called here in the fourth quarter. Prior to this period, both teams actually got to the penalty a little early.
Yes, agree. Haba pa nito with still 4 minutes remaining, and ang kagandahan dito, none-nurse nila yung kanilang foul situation.
Hinga muna tayo ng konti. Let's go to Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Para kay Bam Gamalinda, this do-or-die game is deeper than just chasing a playoff spot. It's about heart and resilience. Siya mismo ang nag-initiate ng heart check sa buong Mindoro team bago ang crucial matchup na to, reminding everyone na balik dapat sila sa fundamentals. Siya din ang nag-motivate kay Ino Comboy, saying, "Kaya mo yan, alam ko, babawi ka." Na-realize ko after that Zamboanga game is to never stop playing defense, he shared. At yan ang mindset na dala niya ngayon. Focused, grounded, at handang ibuhos lahat para sa chance na maisulat ang unang playoff appearance sa history ng Tamaraws. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lara. Excellent report there. Desiderio hammered there to draw another foul against Mindoro.
Ang nagiging challenge ngayon sa Mindoro Tamaraws, they're not getting stops. And every time you see a Cebu great going downhill, they always get to paint touches.
At yan ang sinabi ni Bam Bam just right there in that report by Lyra. He realized in that last game, you should not stop playing defense.
Agree.
After all, that's what's going to get you to the top.
Agree. Because that pretty much is basketball. If you're really good at one thing, you cannot allow the other team to be good at that as well. So if you're really good at 3-point makes, you can't allow the other team to make 3-point make as well.
This free throw of the game brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 81-80, Desiderio failing to tie things. This is the battle for the 8th seed in the South. Ramirez needs a friend. Homeboy stuck at the baseline. He steps out of bounds. No, it's Martel who steps out of bounds. The last meeting between these two teams happened last May 16. Halos kakaumpisa lang ng season natin yan. And it was Cebu who ended up on top in that game. But that was a game where both teams had different lineups, different coaches also.
Oo, totoo yan. And yan na yata, if I recall correctly, that was the game where Cebu Greats had changes in terms of their support and their management. And during that time, Bancali was even playing for Cebu.
Yes.
I think in that game, Jacob Bancali had, what, 8 points, if I recall correctly. 3 on its way. Looks good.
Ino Comboy rings the bell there for the Tamaraos. 84-80. He's got 14 in the game.
On an under out of bounds, the weak side corner guy is one of the most dangerous pieces that you cannot just leave out there. And they allowed Ino Comboy to really just hang on the other end, had that head of Leon Martel turn, and that was all the space and the lift that Ino Comboy needed to knock down that 3.
I have to correct myself. Tama ka, Coach. Parehong si Coach Benji at saka si Coach Zunti ang humawak sa kanila dun sa game nila in that regular season meeting that they had.
Yeah. That was clearly a game that both these teams will remember, and including this game, I know the amount of compete from both these guys really speaks a lot of their resolve to really get that win.
Turnover for the Greats. They're only down by 4 here. 3 minutes remaining in this game. 11 turnovers na para sa Cebu. Gamalinda off the glass, a little bit short. Kinyan forward to Desiderio.
Get a paint
Ito
on.
leading the break.
Yeah.
Good transition defense. Desiderio spins away from the defense. The tap goes to Ino Comboy. Cebu looking a little bit fatigued here, Coach Mike.
And the space is catching up to some of these guys. And to our observation, looks more the side of Cebu. Post up right here.
Gamalinda wants it. He's trying to attack the weak link. Desiderio looks like he pulled his hamstring on that last play.
Yeah, that's why medyo gingerly yung paglakad niya kanina. I saw that also. I thought on that jumper from about 17 feet right in front of the rim, dun niya naramdaman eh. And so, to your point, you're attacking actually the weakest guy who's not 100% to try and defend against Bam Gamalinda because of that situation.
Coach Roger Enrile inserting John Lamon para kay Paul Desiderio. Gamalinda and Meneses getting entangled a bit. Had to be separated there by referee Michael Kinay.
This should be a back pick for Jonas Tibayan and Ino Comboy going to the corner.
Ramirez inbounds instead to Tibayan. Comboy with the basketball now.
Nice pass.
Pocket pass. Tibayan blocked by Meneses.
Good defense by Mark. That was a good block. My opinion, that was a good block. Do they still have a challenge though?
They still have one more challenge. But Coach Roger Enrile is saying, nope. We will try to defend this last 7 seconds.
They're challenging it.
Oh, okay. There you go. Sumenyas na si Coach Roger.
Tiningnan ni Coach Don tsaka ng coaching staff niya. Sabi, you have to challenge that. I feel they also saw that it was a good block by Mark.
2 minutes and 37 still to go. 7 on the shot clock. If ever that happens for the Mindoro Tamaraos, we'll take a short break.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
So it's a successful challenge. Para kay Coach Ronjo Enrile is 2 out of 2 in terms of coaches' challenges in this game. Wala na siya magagamit after this.
As expected, that help right there by Mark. Really all ball from behind. And so you got that possession right now on your side of the floor. And you have a chance to try and trim this down to even 1 point. You're down only 4.
Manzo brings it up for the Greats. Kinyan wants it against Gamalinda.
Yeah, you got to give it to him.
Ramirez defending that post entry really well.
Manzo too, I felt was a little bit too close to the defense of Mindoro right there. Could have pulled it back.
Oh, Kenyan forced up a shot. He wanted a foul.
That was a quick release though by J.R. Kenyahan.
84-80, two-possession ball game. Ramirez will take time here for the Tamaraos. RJ working the two-man game with Bam Gamalinda. That's a foul against Cebu.
That'll be on J.R. Kenyahan, I think. And Bam Gamalinda kept going at that middle ball action. And see right there, he was trying to go for a rescreen and then slip it, pero pinigilan siya ni J.R. Kenyahan. That's actually the difficulty of Bam Gamalinda being in the middle screen action. Kasi pwedeng umislip eh, no? Even patamahin mo yung screen, kaya rin niyang pa-drive in yung primary ball handler nila.
Leon Martel checks back into the game. Comboy now against John Hamon. Loses it for a bit, regains control. Comboy over the defense. 86-80. What a big shot for Eno Comboy. He wants redemption. He wants victory here tonight. Only 2 points in that game against Zamboanga that could have made them the number 7 seed in the South. In this game, this is a battle for the 8th seed. He wants nothing more than to win this one against the Cebu Greats. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back.
Understanding he's still in the same page with his guys on the floor and he's still got that trust of his teammates to go take those shots.
14 points matching his average tonight. Ito si Eno Comboy, although he has not taken that many shots, he's been more efficient tonight, that's for sure. And the timeliness of his shots, especially that last one, stretching the lead to 6. Crucial possession coming up for the Greats.
All important here for the Greats.
Almost stolen there by Ramirez.
Boy, Ramirez is just a bundle of energy when it comes to defense here in the fourth quarter. I felt there were certain situations where he was able to stop an action or get a deflection.
Meneses back to June. Manzo trying to get away from the double. Able to escape it. Meneses is there. Under goal stab is good.
Yun ang talagang hindi nila mapigilan kanina pa. Sa sobrang dami ng naging paint touch nito ni Mark Meneses, halos palaging nakaka-score itong Cebu Greats. Players down on the floor.
86-82. Comboy has it. Defended by Boom Boom Tampus. Shot clock winding down. He wants a clear out. Eno Comboy having trouble with the basketball. Hand in the face. Eno Comboy drains another one. 16 points. Lead back up to 6. Come on, the follow-up. Lead back down to 4. This is far from over.
Well, you never can relax in this game. It started out with a lot of pace in the first quarter, and still, right here, there's only a minute left remaining, but the pace has been relentless for both these teams.
Cebu committing a foul as their last foul to give. Manzo looking at the clock. There's still a lot of time, especially this is just a 2-possession ball game, but what a big shot made there by Eno Comboy.
Remember when we talked about turning Eno Comboy into the dribbler instead of the shooter? This time around, he's heard enough of the talk. I'm putting that ball on the floor. I'm going to shoot.
Wednesday, we will go up north to the Capital Arena in Ilagan City in Isabela for the North Division Play-In Tournament battle for 8. There you see Mayor Jennifer Alegre Cruz, our gracious host here in Pola Oriental, Mindoro. Maraming salamat din sa pakape galing sa Cruiser Bikers Cafe.
Oo. That's the coffee shop here na very nostalgic. Nandun yung mga lumang phones.
Yes.
Oh my. So if you guys are anywhere here in Pola, Mindoro, you get to go here. Just go over and visit the Cruiser Cafe shop. You see all those old phones right there. Naging nostalgic tuloy.
Halos full house rin tayo dito for this South Division battle for the 8th.
Medyo konting salitaan dito between Cedorifa and John Hamon. I think both these guys are getting teed.
Ayan, pinagsasabihin sila ngayon ng ating security head na si Rudy Distrito.
Yeah, and if you're Mindoro right now, you got the upper hand, you got a minute to go. You cannot relax, lose focus. The goal of the game is to get more points when that final buzzer sounds. And this is definitely not yet the final buzzer, and you got to stay composed and keep going at it.
Both teams with still one timeout left to call. I love how Boss Rudy did that while holding yung kanyang
Oo nga,
drink.
no? Yan ang pang-promote yun.
Comboy again with the rock. Tampos again tasked to guard him. Comboy trying to trickle away as much time from the shot clock. 3 seconds left. Comboy blocked from behind. Ball is loose. Tampos forward to Manzo, able to regain control, and June Manzo finishes. This is just a 2-point ball game.
So much time left. Clock management right now.
40 seconds, 88 to 86. Gamalinda gives it up to Comboy. Their main man. He's hit some big shots here in the dying minutes. Ino Comboy goes to the left, pulls up, jumper, falls off the rim. Meneses pushing. He's pushing. Meneses throws the foul. Could not make the basket, but he will go to the line for 2 shots.
Well, and so far as stopping Mark Meneses, get those paint touches, even to this point, there has been no one that stopped him. Right here, Ino Comboy getting blocked from behind by Tampos. They went on that run. June Manso scores with that scoop, making this a 2-point game. And really just the other way, where Mark Meneses really giving that dash all the way to that paint touch, almost getting that ball to go in. And really, he's just had his way inside the paint. Ito si Mark Meneses.
Crucial free throws here coming up para kay Meneses. He's not yet missed in this game. And this is for the tie. Meneses 6 the first, 88 to 87.
You see him, trying to egg his players on, this crowd on. He's saying, come on now, bring it on. I'm up to it. And this is just showing you the growth and the maturity of a Mark Meneses, who at one time played for the Heat Waves and is right now playing a major role for the Greats with an opportunity to tie this at 88.
The second one is short. Meneses able to get a hand on it. Referee Michael Kinay says it's a jump ball possession, pointing the side of Mindoro.
Pero kita mo siya na yung nagmintis ng free throw, pero siya pa rin yung nakakuha ng posible sana na offensive rebound para dito sa Cebu Grades. The box outs have got to be better, especially in free throw situations para dito sa Mindoro.
Jump ball ang tinawag, Coach, but because we are under the final 2 minutes, this is a reviewable call dahil out of bounds lang naman.
Yeah.
So our referees will check. There is still a chance that Cebu could get this. 16 seconds remaining in this game. The battle for the 8th seed. A chance to face the Quezon Huskers next Monday in the first round of our South Division playoffs.
Everybody's got to remember, at one point, this was a 4-point game with 1:04 remaining on the clock, favor for Mindoro. They've been 0-2 in those last 2 attempts. And Mindoro has sank a layup shot by June Manso and split his free throws. Ito si Mark Menese on their end of the floor. Thus, this 1-point difference between those 2 teams.
Boy, what a ball game this has been.
Jump ball. Possession arrow
And
is
I
pointing
think
Mindoro
hindi nila
Tamaras.
makita rin kahit sa replay, Coach. So they still reverted back to the original call. It's a jump and possession points to the side of the Tamaraos.
This will be a out of bounds para dito sa Mindoro. The question now, do they inbound in the front court or do they inbound from the back?
We will stay on the air here. 16 seconds left.
Ano kasi naka-pressure agad yung screen mo. No, screen mo. Screen mo, bam, labas ka. Flash. Naka-pressure yung ano eh. Okay, one more. Sell mo na ka. Go. Step. Go. Screen mo si Bam. Bam, labas, then flash. Si Joseph to, si Joseph. Ikaw to.
Timeout, coach, nakita mo, hindi
Yeah.
na rin siya makalakad ng maayos. But
Right.
after that huddle by assistant coach Kim Cinco of the Mindoro Tamaraws, from what we heard, coach, it looks like it's mainly involving both Gamalinda and Sedoripa.
Yeah, and then once again, they go to this line, very similar to how they got into that inbound situation against Zamboanga.
Ramirez able to get it into Axel Inigo. Does Cebu need to foul? But they do already right here. Martel falls down. And it's going to be free throws para kay Ino Comboy.
Well, that sure looked like it was too close for Ino Homeboy. Are they going to check on this again, though?
Coach Ronje Enrile and the Cebu bench look like they're
not in agreement,
disappointed
right?
that hindi tinawag yung 5 second
seconds.
violation laban
That's
kay
right.
RJ Ramirez.
That's right.
Ino Comboy at the line. He is 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe in this game. 16 points so far, make that 17. Mr. Reneses Inigo among the many fans here inside the Pola Gym who are trying to help their team get to their first playoff appearance in franchise history. And those free throws certainly helping the cause right now. See that smile on her face, but you could tell she's anxious, just like everybody else here inside the Pola Gym.
Third leading scorer, number 1 in rebounds, third in assists, Joseph Sedorifa.
Sedorifa makes both. 3-point lead. Manzo with the basketball. June able to launch. Manzo could not hit. They wanted a foul.
I thought there was a foul.
They wanted a foul.
I thought there was a foul. I thought June Manso got hit on the wrist.
There was definitely contact. I could see it too.
Is this still reviewable though?
I don't think it is, Coach. Coach Dondon Ontiveros running all the way to our referees, trying to plead their case. Let's take a look at that again, Coach Mike.
At least that in and out. And that left, oh
Yes,
yeah, he got clipped.
definitely.
He got clipped on that left arm.
Definitely a lot of contact there. Definitely some contact there. But I don't think there's any way to reverse that now.
And the reason that the Cebu Greats, after the buzzer sounded, went rushing right in the middle of the floor is because that tip actually happened their side of the floor, and so they saw that touch on that shooting arm of June Manzo.
Well, this now officially marks the end of the campaign of the Cebu Greats for our 7th season that I just mentioned in this game, that those things should be about.
Yeah, 18 points altogether, and about that crucial wake-up call for Ino Homeboy after going 1 out of 12 in that